Today is Thursday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, 2016, and the title of this rant is Donald Trump and the New Nationalism, Back to the Past. Now, Trump is on his way to be the nominee for the Republicans. And even though he has not received a majority of the vote, I believe, in any of the primaries, he easily could be the nominee. But what we have seen so far is that the followers of Trump, and it's well documented, predominantly white, racist, xenophobic, misogynistic, poor, uneducated, renters, rural, gun toters, etc. And this is who he's hanging his hat on predominantly. These are the people that I would like to refer to as the left-behinders, those who have been left behind. Especially, and in the example I would give is when I got out of high school a long time, if I had gotten out in the Midwest and I had no intention of going to college, there was a very good likelihood that I could have gotten a job in a manufacturing plant, and if things had stayed that way for the next 40 years, had a relatively decent life in terms of economic stability and pay. Things didn't work out like that for quite a host of reasons. And these are the type of people who are the uneducated in the rural areas where the manufacturing has gone, who have been left behind, who are the big supporters of Donald Trump. And one other thing about them that we know, or more than one other thing, is that right now we know that they are angry and that he has helped exacerbate this anger in them, and that there's a good chance that he is encouraging and licensing their productivity to be prone to violence when they're confronted with anything. And, well, forget about how Trump got to where he is, because they've talked about that endlessly, but what's going to happen in the future? What will happen between now and the convention, which is in July, 3 or 4 months away? And a lot has happened in the last couple days. Now, today's what, the 17th? Only 3 weeks ago, finally someone from the establishment, if you want to call Mitt Romney from the establishment, came out and talked about him as a phony, he's a fraud, he's a huckster, he's a jiver, and he is all those things, but they let it happen beforehand. But it was only 2 weeks ago, from a real technical standpoint, that the establishment corporate Republicans came out fully against Trump. And of course, he just says F you to them. He did his thing and he still won. So what can be done? And of course, there's some actual meetings coming on today, I believe, and as to what's going to happen or what they might think can happen. There's been talk about having another party, possibly just a libertarian party, because obviously Trump is not a libertarian, though he talks about it a little bit. But what we're seeing is that libertarian wing is very upset with Trump. We have the corporatist establishment wing who can't stand Trump either, but knows he is kind of one of them and maybe they can play ball with him. But he's thumbed his nose at them all along, and his ego, his narcissism is something that they may not be able to take. So what will happen? Will there be a new libertarian party coming out, or some type of another third party, which guarantees Hillary or Bernie will win? And of course, the old saying was that the reason why McCain and Romney didn't win is because they weren't right enough, and if you had been right enough, then you could have won. So I guess this is, again, back to the drawing board, that, hey, we didn't make it this time because we weren't right enough. We still need to get a right candidate. Will they do that with Cruz? Will they? I don't think they want to support Cruz. But here's the big thing. Will there be a third party? Will there be an establishment, corporatist coup d'etat takeover of the Republican Party to deny Donald Trump the nomination as the Republican pallbearer in 2016. We saw another thing just yesterday. Anonymous came out pretty rigidly, strenuously against Trump. So if all of these people are willing to do what they're kind of indicating they're saying they're going to do, Anonymous will. How much of an effect will have, I don't know. But will the corporate establishment take over? Will they really go through that 100%? Will there be another party 100%? So that would mean that the primaries themselves would become a sideshow. And the takeover, the coup d'etat, will be the real show. And I can guarantee you it will be ugly and it will bring out the worst of America. That's it. One other thing, I am on Facebook. I'm under the title, The Lifetime Liberal. One word, The Lifetime Liberal. Join, comment, post, whatever. I don't even know how it works, but comments, positive and negative, are always appreciated.